Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with season 2, Halo, episode number 7, Thermopylae. It's kind of too early to go into the IMDb rating, although when I checked IMDb last
It's way
time,
too
it
early
was,
for that.
it was way too early, but it was a 10, and then I checked right before we started this podcast, and it dropped down to an 8.2. So what do you think about
That's
this
still too
episode,
high.
man? Yeah, that's
It's
still
way too
it's
high.
kind of too high. What do you think about this episode?
Okay. This episode was a lot of plotting and planning and telling you what's going on. And it's just setting you up for the end of the season surprise before they ended off. Because we're talking off screen, and yeah, we're not going to get to Halo until season 3. Like, it's clear as day. They're dragging their feet. They're letting you know stuff is going on, and like, oh, we're close. We're almost close. So like, Master Chief stole a Pelican, flew all the way over there behind the enemy, which didn't shoot at him for some reason, which don't make any sense. But all right, whatever. And he flew right there and just showed the Halo. And I'm telling you, they're not touching that thing until season 3. That's a fact out right now.
Okay, but what about all the fighting? Where's all the fighting? They're just building. I mean, they're just having a lot of conversations, discovery, things like that. It's just like, man, this is Halo. In a video game, it's just like fighting. And now we have these storylines. We have Halsey. We have Kwan. We don't even know. Kwan obviously knows something. She's going to be an integral part of like Halo. So I'm like, what's going on?
How smart is Kwan? Because Halsey and her daughter are super geniuses. Like, it's clear as day they're super smart. They're not regular smart. So how smart is Kwan to go look at, she took like that little light off of the wall.
Yep.
And then decided this thing's a clock. I was like, a clock? Where'd you get the clock from? And she just started moving things around. It's like, oh wow, this is amazing. How smart is Kwan? That's my first question, right? Go ahead. How smart is Kwan?
Apparently real smart. But like in the first season, she's like she's the heir to Madrigal, right? She's the heir on some level. And she did say like in the
heir.
She's the heir to like Madrigal for real. And she did say also that, when they went down into the sort of like the well, she was like, I know this. I've been here before, right? And there was stuff on the walls that she knew. And it's sort of amazing that you have this girl.
That was
Kwan.
not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear at all, like what's going on with her. And I'm just like, why is she here? And then you have Soren, who really wants to be back with the Spartan program for some reason. And he also understands that they took his son, and his son is like about to go through this whole process. What do you think about Soren and his son in Laura, or Larsa, or whatever her name is?
Okay, first of all, his wife looked like she looked like Skeletor in some of those scenes.
Dude,
it was like, bro, what's happening right now?
She is busted for real.
Yo, I was looking at her like,
busted.
This is the worst scene you could possibly put. Like, what are you doing? And so I was like, all right, bro, it is what it is. All right. I don't care about the storyline. I don't. So they're trying to tell us that the Spartan program stole his kid, and they're trying to make new Spartans, which they skipped over, and they just got regular people out there. So are they gonna make the Spartan program again, and make Spartan 4s or 3s or 2, whatever they're doing? It don't make no sense. And he's like, he seems okay with it. Like, let my son be a Spartan. That's gonna be great for him. It's a good learning program for him. Like, what are you talking about? They're stealing kids. Like, they're still stealing kids.
Listen,
like 2055 or whatever it is, they still stealing kids, man. Like, yo.
I was thinking about this episode. I was like, oh wow, it would be really funny if Soren gave his wife divorce papers. Just like, you know what, I'm tired of you. You're looking busted. You're not as hot as you used to be. I don't care about like Kessler is here. He's going to be a Spartan, or at least he's going to try. I want to be back.
He's
I
gonna
want
be
to be
fine. He's
back
gonna be
with like,
Spartan.
I want to be back with the silver team because apparently there was 5. He left and now there's 4. So he's just like, I want to be back with them the whole 9. He was kicking butt too, but
See, the problem for him is that he's got a clam hand. His entire hand's like a clam. He's got like a little flipper.
I'm
He can't
telling
go
you.
in Spartan program. Like,
No, dude. He looks like you remember that well, I'm not even going to get into that. But yeah, so it's just like it's Soren. It's just if you left his wife out and his son and he was like in charge of the rubble, and then he was just like, yo, I want Halsey, but he really wanted Halsey
yes,
because he really wants
that's
to
the
be back.
story.
Yeah, he really wants to be back with the Spartans. I would
That's
be
the
okay
story.
with that. But the whole wife and the son, I don't even know
Yeah,
why
that's the
that's needed.
story,
Yeah. It's totally insane, and then
bro. You left for a reason, man.
yeah.
It's stupid. It's like based on what's going on in the world around us. This storyline is stupid. It doesn't fit anything. It just doesn't fit. Like age appropriately, this guy's a family man. He's married. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. And then there's a war going on. It doesn't fit at all. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
It's too much it's too much for this to be Halo. It's too much emotional stuff going on. Like for instance, and I called this last week and it almost happened.
Yes.
But when
Mhm.
Makee and John were on a Halo, and Makee took his hands, I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
here's the kiss. The kiss is about to come. She's basically saying, listen, we can do this together. I mean, what does that mean? Like we can come to Halo, we can create
Bro.
Spartan kids, and then we can rule the world, make things good. It's just
Look,
like, what is this all about? What is going on?
look what the fuck? Dude, when I saw that scene, I thought like a whole new world is gonna come on.
Yeah. It
They're gonna
doesn't make
start
any
singing a
sense to
whole
me,
new
man.
world, and they're gonna
Yeah.
start dancing around. Like, what is this?
It's
What is this?
it's
It's so
amazing.
stupid.
It's amazing that again, this is like a rock hard video game like Halo, and they've produced this as a TV show, and this is what we're
Bro.
getting. We saw one heavy duty fight
Like,
episode with episode number 5,
yeah,
and that was it.
but yeah, reach. And that's
Yeah.
it. They gave us like, here you go. Here you go, suckers. Like, there you go. All right, back to this love story thing with this soap opera. What are we doing here? Like, this is the problem, okay? Because you this show is designed for people who've played the video games.
Yeah.
Or at least know what Halo is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you know what Halo's a war video game. A guy who's a super soldier who's 8 feet tall. He's like he blows up stuff and he shoots things. So and then you're like, okay, we're gonna make a TV show about that, but we're gonna spend the entire time of the show on a love story and all these other miscellaneous characters that don't matter. I'm like, but did you watch the game? Like, are you familiar with what the game's about? Like, if the game was part-time love story, I'd be like, you know what? All right, this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. The
I
game is
mean,
just a full-time war. From the time you put the CD, DVD thing in there, Blu-ray into your Xbox and press start, it's shooting. Just the beginning, the very thing you start doing is shooting up until the end of the game. So why would you add this love story mix? Like it doesn't add a good story. And the problem is that you're doing this to Master Chief of all people. If you did this to the petty officer 3-5 that's in the background and Master Chief walks by, I'll be like, all right, cool. All right, it's an interesting storyline. All right, but we're going to get back to Master Chief. But you're
yeah.
doing this to Master Chief of all people. It's insane. I'm sorry for the rant, but like this is insane. This is
Dude,
stupid. It's
dude,
dumb.
I had on Saturday, Saturday night, this past Saturday, I was
Mm.
just popped on the DJ stuff and started DJing. I guess I was DJing for like maybe 4 hours. I put on in the background, I put on like
Mm.
a 10-hour, it was literally this is a video. This is a video channel. I think it's called Game
Mm-hmm.
Clips or something, right? Literally, there was like a 10-hour
Yeah.
Halo gameplay, right? 10 hours. And it was nothing but fighting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
again, I was DJing for 4 hours, looking back and forth, and
Yes.
I was just like, it's nothing but fighting. It's no talking. If there's talking, it's just like, this is what you need to do. Okay, cool. I got my mission. I need to like go bounce, and take care of this mission. But here you
Exactly.
have like all this crazy stuff. You have Perez. What's going on with Perez and John? Now here's another question, right? Because Perez seems to have an
Mm-hmm.
affinity for John. So, are we going to have a girl fight between
Mm-hmm.
Perez and Makee? Who's the
Like, this
one
is
who's, to the
stupid.
death. It's just like, okay, no, he's mine. No, he belongs to me. Let's fight it out, and it's so crazy. And here's something else I don't
That's
understand. I don't
that's how they're
understand this
presenting
here.
it.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly. That's how they're presenting it. So this is something else I don't understand. So the Singali, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he now like,
Mm-hmm.
he's gotten soft, right? And now he's with Makee. What are they trying to do? I don't get that. He's like, I mean, I know like he's an arbiter, and basically if you lose, then they're gonna kill you. And he's just like, I don't want to do that anymore. But I don't get that storyline at all. I don't get the Makee storyline. I don't get the
So
Singali storyline. Any of that. Explain that to me.
basically, I'll put it like this because this
Mm-hmm.
is long and complicated. So Halo 2 is the Arbiter storyline, and they're butchering it into high heaven. It is ridiculous what to do. But the Arbiter is an outcast, and
Yeah.
he has no connection to whatever's going on with these guys anymore. He's by himself, and he meets up with Master Chief after they discover the flood from Halo 1. That's it. That's the storyline here. So he's by himself. He's not part of this thing anymore. And basically, it's the end of the elites being part of the Covenant. But like it's just wrecked. This thing is they mashed up a story. They smashed it up and put it in the screen like this, and hope for the best. And they ruined the storyline because the Arbiter storyline is pretty good. It's like it's compelling and interesting, but because the elites are the elites don't believe any of this nonsense. They were like just in it for the glory and just being part of a thing. But they don't believe in this nonsense, and they're just like, what, we're out. Peace. It's like a peace out, guys. You guys can do this thing on your own. So the breeds take their spot, and that's this is dumb. Like
It's
that's all I can say. This is
it's
dumb.
completely dumb. So let's get to Ackerson now. So Ackerson, he realizes that his work is all about Spartans, right? So that's what he really wants to protect, even though he
Mm-hmm.
seems like he does some backhanded stuff. But he also notices that Paragoski, she is like, dude, I don't know what her deal is. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, people have to die. Now we know that the spike is going to kill
Bro,
not only her own people, but also, the Covenant.
to
What's
kill
that all
everybody.
about? Yeah, everyone, dude.
Like what are we doing here? Like what are we doing here? That's the they took the spike and made it okay. The Halo is the spike, but they've decided to add a new spike thing in it. Like this is backward. The Halo, if you activate it, will kill all the life in that area. All right.
Mm.
So they're saying the spike is going to kill all the life in the area. Well, what's the point of the Halo? Like you have two Halos now. Like, like, hey, do you understand? Like I'm saying, like this is a stupid storyline introduced into a thing.
I don't
But
understand it.
adding the spike in there, no, but basically the spike is a metaphor for the Halo
Mm.
because the Halo, if you turn it on, it's gonna kill all the life, right? So
Right.
they have the spike thing that if you use it, it's gonna kill all the life. What is the point of why having two things to do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the storyline goes, that's dumb.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
really dumb writing.
This here, if I were just like, again, I've never played the video game, but as I'm watching these seasons, I'm watching video
Mm-hmm.
gameplay on YouTube. But again, going in fresh is just like there's no cohesion with the episodes. It's just like, okay, I mean, like the first thing I realized about this TV series is that Spartans were created to fight. That's it. They're not there to, have
Fight
drinks,
humans.
fight humans.
they're they were created to fight humans.
Yeah.
That's what they were created for.
And so
Because
they weren't
Ani is
created,
evil.
yeah, they're not created to like have dinners with Perez, have like an emotional bond with like Kai.
Nah,
I mean, I don't get, again, it
nah.
seems just like,
They were
it seems like it was just patched together. I mean, hopefully, once the season is over, hopefully there will be a rethinking and someone to say, you know what? Let's bring in a different showrunner and maybe let's bring in some different directors as well. What do you
they
think?
were supposed to do that season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they were supposed to do that season 2, and I feel like they dropped the ball again. Because the way they're talking about this show is like, we're gonna do our own thing. We don't need to follow the no, you need to follow the rules.
Yeah.
The rules are basic. Spartans didn't luck out for the Covenant. They were designed to go scare the bejesus out of humans on the outer reach, on the planets way past reach. They were
Mm-hmm.
designed to scare the bejesus out of them. Because when you land, here's some 8 feet tall Spartans that are just shooting up the place and putting the law back into the law. That's what they were there for. All right. And then the
Mm-hmm.
Covenant showed up and they're like, oh snap, we can use these guys. They're the same size as these other dudes. Like this works out perfectly. And they're fast and agile. Like, yo, let's use them to fight this thing in the Covenant. And then they're like, well, we can't make the Spartans anymore because it's evil and demeaning and they're stealing kids or whatever. So we'll make Spartan threes, but we'll go through the whole process of people volunteer, and then we'll just do that. So the show is like, we'll take all of these elements, but we're gonna rejigger it. I'm like, why? Why do you need to rejigger it for?
Yeah.
What you're doing? Just take
I
the
mean,
elements and just go
yeah.
for it, and everything's
Yeah.
there.
I mean, the
You can tell
blueprint
a
is,
different story, but you only rejigger Jack.
I mean, the video game is the blueprint. The video game is like, hey, listen, if you go in these like sort of seasons,
Yes.
the video game is like, this is it. This
Mm.
is what you need to do. It's right there. It's the blueprint. It's right in front of you. But they're
Mm.
like taking a totally different avenue. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing is this, right? So did they basically send Kai to her death? Because I mean, she's going to be the one who puts the spike in, right?
I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do with Kai. Like, I guess I get because she decided she's gonna go take lead of the Spartan team, Spartan
Yep.
threes,
Yep.
but they're gonna die anyway. So basically, I think Kai's gonna die out there, and then
Yeah.
you're just gonna have Master Chief because everyone else is dead, which is not true. There's still Spartans left over. There's still Spartans alive right now. I don't know. I
They
guess they're gonna make a new team for him, or they're just not gonna. I don't.
they sent the first wave of Spartan threes, and they just got destroyed in less than a minute. And so she's like, send out some more.
You just see the
So
lights on the screen, like doo, 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 doo.
that's it. That's it. So it's just like, uh, what's really interesting to me is like Cortana. I like Cortana.
Mm.
Um, so we know that
They improved
Kai
Cortana. Cortana's way better.
way better, way better. She's way better, and
Mm.
she. I mean, now we also know that she's actually doing some spying for like Paragoski, but I don't. So what are they going to do with Ackerson as well? It's so many unknowns here, so many ifs. Like, or what's going on here? What's going on there? I don't know. This show is like, it's not even confusing. It's just sort of dumb.
Yes, and that's the problem for this show. Dumb things are happening on the screen that are unnecessary because, like Master Chief looking around for a suit. That's a dumb storyline. His suit should have been taken from him because nobody else can use it. Why would you take the suit? No one else can get in there. It will kill anybody getting that suit that's not Master Chief. It'll kill them, literally. It'll rip his arms off if you try to it's dumb. This is dumb. So like him taking the suit off and just leaving it there, like it's a dumb storyline. The Soren with his family, dumb storyline.
Dumb
Like
storyline.
there's so many of them. right? There's just so many like little story like silly,
Kwan,
and then
dumb
you have a good
storyline.
storyline
Mm-hmm.
where you have yeah. So you have a good storyline is Halsey and the daughter discovering that the Forerunners left this base thing on this planet. That's a good storyline, but
Yeah.
they don't really go into detail properly. So it's kind of like Kwan's finding a clock. Oh, what the? Oh, okay, but okay, you get in there and you don't realize. Oh, this place is giant. That's a good storyline. Explore this. This master scientist and her daughter, master scientist too. Explore that. That's a good
Yeah.
storyline. But you guys wrecked that. And then you have good storyline. The Covenant brought their entire fleet out in front of Halo. Okay, what are you gonna do about that? Are we gonna send some lights on the screen and they're gonna disappear? What the fuck? You don't need a lot of special effects and money to do a good storyline. You could have shot from inside the cockpit when all this stuff was going on and show their perspective of that. That's a good storyline,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? I I don't know, man. I just my questioning of the focus from the directors and the showrunners is their purpose, like their what they think is important or what we want to see is dumb.
It's
Like
dumb.
when we went to the yeah, like we went to Yellow Rock. Like I don't want to see Yellow Rock, and these guys they go camping. I don't want to see that. A whole
Mm-hmm.
show of that. I don't want to see that. That's
Yeah.
stupid.
And,
Right
and what
after
was the
Reach? No, I don't want to see that.
and what was the purpose of Valeria and also like Onyx? It's just like why? Why do we have these things? It's again, there's no cohesion here. Like it.
Yeah.
I always say this. I say
Yes.
sometimes a director or showrunner, they just go too far. It's almost like, sometimes like in a tech world and a web world,
Mhm.
like programmers, they just get too geeky. They're like, hey, this would be cool, yada,
Mhm.
yada, yada. And it's like, no, a lot of people aren't going to
It's
feel that,
extra.
Yeah, it's just like, no, that was stupid. I know it's great,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's not going to work for the end user. So this is how I see Halo. It's just like there's no cohesion. Everything's all over the place. You have
Mhm.
Spartans who have emotions. You have Spartans who may link up with humans. It's just like, I mean, I'm waiting for someone to be
Mhm.
pregnant in like, the next episode or whatever. It's just like, I don't understand this, dude. For real. I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, what are you going to rate this episode?
yeah.
Episode number 7. We have one episode left. Episode number 7, Thermopylae. What are you going to rate this episode?
This is a setup episode. So this episode depends on episode 8. So like if episode 8 is really good, then the 7 was a lead up to that based on the little clues and things that happen in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it a 6.5, maybe. Like interesting things happen, but a lot of things that are stupid happen.
Right.
Like Soren and his kid. Like I don't care about Soren and his kid. Like I don't care. And Skeletor, I don't honestly, man. I don't
You
lose
calling
this
a
part of the
Skeletor?
storyline. Like lose it.
Oh my goodness, she is
Bro, that's what
Skeletor,
she looked
dude.
in the light. She was blue in the
Yeah.
light. And the way like her nose is cut out, it looked crazy.
And
That
then she
thing looked
has
crazy.
a little
Yes.
slit between her lip, and I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, this is
Bro,
kind of
the
weird right
lighting was
here.
awful. I would have never agreed to that. As a
Yeah,
person, I'm like, let me see what these dailies look like. Oh hell no!
yeah,
Get this out of my contract. Like yo, hell
yeah, for
no.
real.
Well,
She
okay,
she
so
should.
forget Skeletor and all this stuff.
Mhm. I'm gonna give this episode a
Mhm.
6 because I agree with you. It's just like, I mean, you said this is a setup episode, but so was Alaria and so was Onyx. It's just like, but you went from like
Ah,
Reach to Alaria setup to Onyx setup to the Thermopylae setup, and then it would not surprise me if the final season, I mean the
mhm,
final episode of this season, the finale, is a complete
mhm.
flop. It would not surprise me.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. It just because if you look at the lore or whatever, the actual lore, Master Chief left Reach and went straight to Halo. Like that's what happened. They did. So Reach got glass. Master Chief was on Halo and his warthog, and he was shooting things. That's what happened. So like this was miscellaneous nonsense for 3 episodes is pointless. And if you understand what the hell's going on, you feel like you're so close to the promised land, and then you got to sit down and have a love story, and then sit down and eat some soup, and then you got to sit down and like, I don't want to walk and talk. Like, just get to it. This is not what are we doing here? Like, let's go.
Yeah,
They're stalling for season 3, and season 3 needs its new showrunner. That's what season 3 needs. Fix this
yes.
show.
Yes, please fix this show because it's sort of a travesty. You know, it's a travesty that you have this
Yes.
you have this video game that is so ridiculously popular, and they're just chopping it up and making it
Hmm.
silly. And I don't know, like I don't know if like because of this movie, people will be sort of become detached from the video game. I don't know, I mean, definitely new people, like, just like, hey, you know
Hmm.
what? I don't know if new people will actually go out and buy the video game based on a TV series. I don't think so. I would not. I wouldn't go out and get the
I
video game.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I didn't know anything about Halo and I was like, oh, let me check out this game, I would not check out the game. After watching this show, I'll be like, ugh, Halo sucks.
Yeah.
And then you lose a customer who bought 8 games. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I lucked into it because I got a 360 and 360 had Halo 3 on it when I bought it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, snap, this is great.
Yeah,
But
man.
like the odds of you getting a customer like that is going to buy all 8 games is low to non-existent based on this thing, which you're
Yeah.
presenting to people. This is trash.
No,
This is
this is
real bad.
trash. This is real bad, man. Well, there you have it. We just reviewed episode number 7 of Halo. Thermopylae. Keo gave it a 6.5. I
Hmm.
gave it a 6. Totally disappointed with the last 3 episodes. Not quite sure what's going on here, but we got one episode left, the finale, and hopefully this will be okay. So, well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.